Hello everyone, my name is Jaya Hawthorne, and in today's video, I will be discussing the information that I learned in Module 3. Module 3 really opened my eyes as to how we as humans are able to visually see color through our eyes and how our brain helps us interpret color. So, the first three phases of color vision, of course, starts off with light because we have to, of course, see what we're looking at as far as colors. So it starts off with light. Once we see the light, it goes into our eyes, and then our eyes brings the information into our brain so that we can interpret color that way. Our eyes are doing most of the work, but cultural experiences, personal experiences, and languages help us understand what color means to us. So, for example, there are American flags, there are different cultural backgrounds. There are so many different things that help us understand color in on a bigger spectrum. And so that's what I learned when I was reading this module outlined. Color is just a big representation for all different cultures and backgrounds. And yeah, I personally enjoyed the analog assignments. I really did have an amazing time with doing the analog assignments because it really helped me really see how different colors are able to mix. And I also felt like when doing the analog assignments, it was like a puzzle piece. So starting off with this square sheet, it was like I was able to help this, or I was able to use this as a study guide to help me out with the other assignments, such as like the color wheel and this one as well. I would say this square assignment really helped me because this was the first one I did. Of course, it has like the labels like red, yellow, orange, black, blue, and mixing the colors like red, yellow, red, orange, like mixing them all together really helped me prepare as far as mixing these colors together because I basically used this as a study guide to help me use the colors for this the same as that, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but moral story is I was able to definitely use this as a study guide to help me out with doing this color wheel. I would say I enjoyed the markers a lot better because as you can see, this one looks slightly messy because I felt like the water was kind of bleeding in to the other colors, which was kind of like messing up the vision I was trying to go for when it comes to the watercolor assignment. But I think that I still got the concept as far as making sure that the outer part was like really light, and then going in with that regular shades of like yellow, orange, blue, green, purple, mixing those colors in, and then like going in on the inner circle and making sure that I was doing yellow with a hint of black or orange with a hint of black, like making sure that the inner circle was like a tad bit darker than the middle and the outer. So I would say that the watercolor assignment, it was really fun to do, but it was a little harder because it was bleeding through and I was able to get a good picture to submit, but after like I took that picture, it just bled through so bad, and as you can see, it did kind of bleed through in a negative way, but I still had fun. I really enjoyed using the markers because I felt like I was able to color it a little bit neater, and I was also able to kind of play with the markers as well, like before I colored it onto this, like, you know, kind of playing with it. So like I wanted to mix the purple and the pink to make sure I would get this color correctly. It was really fun messing with the colors and making sure that I was getting it right. And same for this one, I was doing that as well. Moral of the story is it was really cool to see how the colors mixed. I genuinely felt like it was like a puzzle piece, like making sure that each color went together. So yeah, I enjoyed this assignment.